Welcome back, officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS here, and we are going to talk about the Admiral Ackbar Omicron. Now, before you click off the video, we figured it out. We are live right now. We got the boys. The chat will take a couple seconds to roll back in because I just switched scenes. I promise it'll come in. The boys will say hello to YouTube. But I think we figured it out. We've done a lot of deliberating, a lot of talking, a lot of arguing. Punches have been thrown. People's moms have been disrespected. It has been a fun time, and we're going to talk about the dust has settled, the Admiral Ackbar Omicron. I think it's worth it. Wait, again, before you click off, caveat. What does worth it mean? Like I just spent a fair amount of time explaining to people. Worth it is if CG's been elbow deep. We're a little wide. If Omicrons are just dripping out, like if you no longer possess the ability, if the muscles in your rectum can't keep it closed and you got Omicrons coming out and you got Omicrons to spend, this is possibly a good one. So what do we have here? We have Admiral Ackbar lead. Let's quickly run over what the actual Omicron does before we get into it. All right. At the start of the battle, all allies gain tenacity up. Helpful, right? Lots of debuffs out there. You got to keep your boys protected. Now remember, before we go fight the Empire, we got to cover ourselves up. We got to be tenacious. I'm going to be honest. Arnold and his Empire is out there. They got a lot of Empire diseases. We don't want to go in raw. We got to protect ourselves. We get tenacity up for 2 turns at the beginning. We like that. If all allies are rebel, which they will be, whenever an ally's buff expires, they gain 3% turn meter. A lot of people have been speculating, 3% turn meter, not great. What was it? Loquitur was like, it just seems like a sad amount of turn meter. And I agree, 3% turn meter is not great. Not great, right? It's not a good amount of turn meter. But wait, we've theory crafted. We've got there. We will get there. Stay here. We figured it out. In addition, if all allies are rebel, whenever an ally uses an ability that is an attack, recover all allies' health by 5%. Helpful. It's not protection, but it gives us a little bit more survivability, which is nice. Call other 2 weakest allies to assist and reduce their cooldowns by 1, which is helpful. So, not exactly a great Omicron on paper right there. Shout out to my boy High Ground who said, don't click off. Stay on the video. So, not a great Omicron. If you weren't part of the 69th Precinct, the greatest precinct of all time, the most underfunded, undergeared precinct in all of the Coruscant Underworld, subscribe. We're trying to get 14,000 subscribers by the end of February. You can be a part of the movement that changes the world. We have Princess Leia, Stormtrooper Han, Chirrut, and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. Why are these the 4 that we've decided on? We've done lots of talking, lots of theory crafting. Hundreds of people have contributed to this conversation over the last so many minutes. Princess Leia does good damage, is weak, so when called to assist, could do big damage. She also has an ability that's not an attack, will call 2 other allies to assist. It gives herself a lot of buffs, gives herself turn meter. She's doing good things, right? Perfect fit. I don't think anyone can argue that she slots in there as kind of the DPS arm of this team perfectly. We've been arguing about tanks. A lot. Is it Baze? Is it Old Ben? Stormtrooper Han's perfect. Not only does he remove a bunch of turn meter, he also allows you to gain a bunch of turn meter. Sneak that on real quick. He also, I think, has a chance to gain, target enemy with 4% chance to gain. So we got turn meter. So the 3% turn meter, not great. Stormtrooper Han, he's giving it out. He throws up that taunt, you attack him, he's feeding turn meter. You're getting turns. He also, with his taunt, has an ability that will call to assist because it doesn't do damage. Chirrut also has an ability that doesn't do damage to call allies to assist, and his uniques are just throwing buffs everywhere. And were you paying attention? Promiscuous Penguin, welcome to class, sir. This is SWGOH University. Were you paying attention when Professor APGAINS was talking earlier? What happens when buffs? But we love buffs. Buffs are always great. But occasionally, and unfortunately, buffs expire. It's a sad truth. It's a sad fact of life. Buffs expire, Promiscuous Penguin. But with Admiral Ackbar's Omicron, Promiscuous Penguin, what happens? We gain turn meter. We're already gaining turn meter. We got a bunch of buffs. Eventually, they'll expire. And we're getting more turn meter, which is awesome. We're reducing cooldowns because, maybe he's not going to be the strongest character out there. But more than likely, you're going to want to get them thick. You're going to want to get Han thick. So we have Fulcrum and we have Princess Leia assisting when we use. She also, wait for it, almost as if it was perfectly constructed by Capital Games themselves, those fuckers, an ability that doesn't do damage to call into assist and removes her own buffs and has big fatty damage alongside allies who will give her buffs. This is a great team, but it's not, it's not a meta team. It's not a team that's going to get holds. But as the game progresses, as more characters come out, as players are being forced to... Oh, hello, dog. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up, good friend? She's about to bark at me, and it's going to destroy my eardrums. But it's okay. We're going to finish the video. I'm sorry in advance. Do you want to be part of the video? Up, up. Up, up. No, apparently not. All right. You got to place more teams. A lot of you guys are doing great in GAC. You're bumping up. I got to place like 6 more teams. 3 on defense, 3 on offense. Obviously, I'm going against people with millions more GP. It's fine. I'm not going to complain about matchmaking right now, but it is a fact of life that people are required to use more teams. We just did a video with Van Seal the other day where, I threw together like this terrible bounty hunter team. 2-star Aura Singh. My Mando and Grief are not great. I Omicron Zam Wessel. I'm throwing Greedo. I got to use teams. It's good synergy. This is a great instance. And Omicron gives you great synergy, allows you to place a defensive team. Is it going to get holds? Maybe not. Will it strip a couple banners? Maybe. Will people overestimate it, use a little bit? Maybe you throw on the back wall, you pray, maybe it's not going to time people out. But it is a team because you got to play something. Are you going to place level 1 characters? No. Hello, puppy. Are you going to place level 1 characters? No. Now you have a team. Thoughts? Chat. Did I miss anything? Long story short, Ackbar's Omicron is wizard. Big Papa's Gain says, boys, the Bears. That one guy, Matt, says, gonna clap some princess cheeks. There's no bras in space. Did you get a fresh cut recently? Thank you, Jono. I did. I think I just bit myself. That's not good. You missed Jin and Cap Han. Okay, so I have been hearing rumblings that maybe Jin would work. And I need to read Cassian. So we're going to do this live. You're going to watch the research and development arm of 69th Precinct live. Apparently, I've been instructed that Cassian's unique is somehow perfectly constructed here. At the start of each encounter, all Rebel allies gain protection up 20% for so buffs, which, do they expire if you go through the protection? I don't know how that works. All Rebel attackers gain defense up for 3 turns. Oh, buffs. All Rebel supports gain potency up for 3 turns. Buffs. And all Rebel tanks gain tenacity up for 3 turns. Buffs. This is good. What are we thinking, chat? Does Cassian replace Chirrut? Fulcrum? I can't see him replacing Fulcrum because she's got big damage. It might be the only way this team does anything offensively or stalls people out defensively. Do we bump out Chirrut and throw in Cassian? Does Jin Urso have a place in this team? I have no freaking worldly idea what she does. Gains potency. That's kind of stupid. Remove turn meter. She does the turn meter swap thing with the enemy. I don't think Jin's going in there. I'm not going to bother reading the rest of her kit. Could there be 2 teams? Could it be Cassian or Chirrut? We're going to find out next GAC once this is out in the game if people actually use it. Cassian helps only at the beginning. I like that. That's big brain Puricane. I feel like Cassian, you're right. I think Cassian might be an early boon to the team, but doesn't have that longevity throughout the battle. It's kind of... I might... Call me Colin Cowherd. I'm going to throw out an analogy. It might be Bastila Shan lead versus Jedi Knight Revan. Bastila Shan lead protection up at the beginning of the turn. It's an immediate benefit to the team, but eventually gets depleted and runs out of viability. Jedi Knight Revan, no immediate benefit, but gives you that longevity of recovery throughout the battle. I think you might be onto something there. I think Puricane has convinced us to not Bastila Shan lead, but rather be wiser and think strategically in the future. The battle is 5 minutes long. Lots can happen in a battle, and we must plan for all situations, and because of that, Shirt has to be the final. Has to be the final choice. I think that about sums it up. Thank you to everyone who's watching on the stream. Thank you for everyone who watched the video, who liked the video. It helps APGAINS. Does APGAINS deserve help? Probably not, because no one likes APGAINS. He fucking sucks. But thank you for the people who had some cognitive dissidence. Oh my god, I know how to speak. Apparently, I don't know how to speak English. And put past the. You know what? I was gonna do a fucking outro, but we're no longer APGAINS. We're Richard Biggs. I just got a headache trying to think of big words. Subscribe, like the video. I tried. Bye bye.